I'm waiting responses. Want you to let the output of this code?
ऐसे बंद हो जाता है ये बीच में।
तुम्हारा ही बंद हो जाता है उनका।
सबका।
अच्छा, ठीक है माता जी फिर।
हरे कृष्णा।
तुषार, तुम चले जाना आदित्य के साथ। एमटी से आगे जो गेट है ना, एमटी से जाके जहाँ पे जो अपन रजिस्टर साइन करते हैं वहीं तक जाना है, जो एमटी वाले रोड से जाते हैं ना।
आदित्य प्रभु, प्लीज म्यूट योरसेल्फ।
देखते हैं वही गेट।
I think Bhavya Prabhu has some network issues. We'll continue from here. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, yes.
See, I think many of you got confused here. This 2 refers to the index. So in this hello Hari, indexing always starts from 0. So 2 corresponds to L and not E. So it will be LLO and LLOHAR, because this is up to 2 is 2 to -1. So -1 is I. So you can, so here from the front it starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, and from back it starts from -1. So 2 to -1 means 2 is L and -1 is I, but the last index we should not be included. So I is not included, and we get LLOHAR. So if nothing is written here, it means from the beginning. So from 0 it will start up to -1 is not included. So this one, and here everything is included. So you'll get this one. So again, we also have the in and not in operators. This is similar to what we discussed in lists, tuples, etc. So it will check whether if that character is present in the string or not, and prints true or false. You can see here, X is in str1, X is not in str1, so it prints false. So we know that Python is a case sensitive language. So the case of the letters is important. So here capital H, with capital H, if you check it, it is true, and with small h, it is false. So we have some commonly used string methods. just like we had some inbuilt functions for different data structures like lists and tuples, here also we have some inbuilt functions to deal with strings. So some of these are upper. So if you want to convert a string into uppercase, you can write like this: str1.upper. So this is a function which acts on a string and it will return a string, and we are storing back in the same variable. You can use a different variable as well. So the return type of this function is str. So you can see the output here. It prints the string in the in capital letters. Similarly, lower will convert into lowercase. You can check whether the string is in uppercase or lowercase by using is upper and is lower. So if it is in uppercase, it will return true. If it is in lowercase, it returns. Is upper will return true if it is in uppercase and false if it is in lowercase, and vice versa for is lower. So you can see here, is upper and is lower return true if there is at least one alphabet in a string, and if all the alphabets present are upper or lower respectively. That means there should be one alphabet at least. If there is no alphabet, for example, here 999, then it will return false. And if there are alphabets, all the alphabets should be in uppercase, then only is upper will return true. And if all the alphabets are in lowercase, then is lower will return true. We can check this as well. I guess str1 was not executed. You can see it returns false because all the letters are not in uppercase. Even the lower one return false because all the letters are not in lowercase. Similarly, you can use starts with and ends with to check if if you write str1 dot starts with hello, it will check whether this string str1 starts with this substring, and ends with checks if this one ends with this substring. So, so so you can see these examples. Here we have converted it into uppercase before. That is why we are using uppercase here, and it returns true. Otherwise, you need to be careful about the case because Python is case sensitive. Similarly, we have join and split. So when you pass a list of strings and you use join, and you can pass a character or basically the intermediate thing which you want to add between these strings. So if you do this one like comma dot join, these you have passed a list of strings, then it will return a single string where each of this string is separated by the character which you have given here. Similarly, split will split depending upon a character which you give here. If you don't give any character, it splits based on space. This we had already seen in case while doing lists as well. So we know that we had discussed that when you act split on a string, it will return a list of substrings after separating by this character. If you don't give any this one, then it separates by space. Here there is no space, so it gives a single element in the list. Suppose I add some space here, then it will return after by separating at the space. I hope this is clear. So here you can pass a space itself as a character, or you can simply not pass anything. You will get the same result because by default it will take a space. So here is one simple example. Those who know what is a function, they might be able to understand this. Others can see it later. So here we have a nested list. So we have a list, and the elements are itself are lists. So it's a nested list, and we are calling this function by passing this nested list. And so you can see what this is doing. Print mat. I believe there is some because we have passed a mat, and then again we are okay. This okay. Okay, we have passed m into this mat, and then we have put mat is equal to this empty list, and we are printing mat. So this mat, so basically we are just printing this one. I don't know what was the purpose of this. Okay, it was maybe it was just to illustrate the working of a function. Okay, so I guess this part of string is clear. So we had seen concatenation and replication. Concatenation is done by plus operator, and replication is done by star. So if you use plus between two strings, it just combines the two strings into one string by just placing them one after the other, and then into two, meaning the same string will be replicated twice. Here hello comma world was joined by this plus and into two, so this hello comma world is repeated twice. Raw strings, meaning it does not take the special meaning of \n. So we'll see what are escape sequences, then we'll understand it. We'll do it in today's lecture itself after some time. So multi-line strings, you can write a multi-line string using 3 single quotes. Indexing and slicing is clear, I guess. We had done this in case of lists as well. Okay, in and not in operators and commonly used string methods. Okay, so next we'll move on to if else. So there are some uh, special statements in Python which are also inbuilt. Those are used to check some condition. That means depending upon a condition, you will have to perform different tasks. Then how are you going to do this? So for this we have the if else statement. So for if, you can provide a condition, and if it is true, it will perform something. If it is not true, then it will go into the else part and do that thing. So you can see here the syntax of if. We have to use the keyword if. You can see the color change, indicating it's a keyword. So if age is greater than 20, this is the condition, and colon is important. We had discussed this, and indentation is also important. So if age is greater than 20 is my condition, and this colon is important. There are no curly brackets like in other languages. And this indentation is important. This indicates that this statement is a part is in the if block. That means if the condition is true, Python should execute this statement. That is the meaning of this. So if you keep it here, it gives an error. You can see that it gives an error, indentation error. So indentation is very important in Python. See, age is 20 here. We have defined a variable and put 20 into it, and now we are checking the if condition. Is age greater than 20? Age is not greater than 20, so it is so the condition is false, so this will not be executed. If the condition is true, then the statement will be executed. and we get the output. So this will be executed if the condition is true. So we have seen this multi-line comment as well. So what if the condition is false? What if we have to do something when the condition is false? Then we can use the else statement. So we know that by writing the keyword if and the condition using a colon, we'll get the condition, we'll get the statements which we have to uh, execute if the condition is true. So when the condition is false, if we want to execute something, you can write it in the else block. So here we have put raining is true. If raining is true, we have to print take an umbrella, else we have to print go ahead. So you can see that here the condition is true, so it prints take an umbrella. Suppose I put note that in true and false, the first letter is capital. If raining is false, the condition is false, therefore it will go to the else block and it will print go ahead. Again, note the colon here as well. So it is important to take care of the colon. Otherwise, you will get a syntax error. Suppose if I want to execute more than one statement within one block, then I can write it here with the same indentation. Suppose I want to print go ahead here as well. Then uh, uh, let me make it true. So you can see that take an umbrella and go ahead. So both these statements are printed because I have given the indentation indicating that both these statements are part of the if block. That means if the condition is true, I have to execute both of these statements. If I write like this, again, I'll get a syntax error because uh, the Python will not know what this else is. So when it comes here to if, it sees there is an indentation and it will understand that this statement is a part of if. But when it comes here, it will see that there is no indentation. So this statement is not part of if. So it will conclude that if has ended. So when it comes here and sees else, it doesn't understand what this what this else corresponds to. Else is always associated with some if. So it has ended this if. Now it does not have any if to associate this else. So it gives a syntax error. You can see uh, it is already showing a red underline as a problem. So if you can since we want to print go ahead when it is true as well as false, so I can just remove this else part. Now if it is true, it prints take an umbrella, and if it is false, it doesn't print this. But in both cases it will print go ahead because this statement is not part of it will always be executed. So you can see that it is printing. And if it is false, we get only this is not executed. I hope that is clear. Suppose we want to do more condition check, like there is a condition and if it is true, execute something. If it is false, I need to check one more condition and then proceed in that way. Then we can use the elif statements. So elif is, the syntax of elif is similar to if else. So if condition, then do something else. If it is false, then check another condition. So you write it as elif and then again one more condition, and then if that is true, then print this. If that is again false, then check another condition and do something, and so on. So this last else is always optional. In if else as well, else was optional. We saw that. We saw the single if as well, like only if, and we saw that if else as well. Here also you can if elif, you can skip the last else. This last else is optional. You can execute it without this as well. So next we see the nested if statements. That means within an if statement, you are using another if. For example, we have if and we are checking a condition. And if it is true, I'm going to execute these things, which I've indicated by this indentation. So now what am I executing? I'm executing another if. We have a condition with colon. And if this condition is true, again, I'll print this. Otherwise, I will print this. So an if within another if is called nested if. I hope this is clear. And this is just illustrating the comparison. So is B equal to A? B is not, the character B is not equal to character A. So this comparison, relational operators comparison is done using the ASCII values. Suppose if I do this one, then it gives true because the ASCII value of B is greater than A. If someone is not aware of ASCII values, please go and read about it today. It is a simple thing. It is just so numbers are associated with different characters. It is Unicode, and you can read about ASCII code and Unicode. I hope this is clear. Does anybody have any doubt in strings and if else? Okay. Next I'm passing on to Ans Prabhu. Ans Prabhu, please share your screen.
Request everyone. So I am starting my part. So I will discuss. Oh, my screen is visible or not?
Yes,
Okay. So I will cover 4 topics today: while loop, break statement, continuous statement, and for loop. So while loop. Suppose if I want to print 6 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for a person who doesn't know loops, he will simply write print 1, print 2, print 3 up to 6. When this way you can print the numbers 1 to 6. Okay. Uh, but what if I want to run print the statement 1 to 6 without printing each one of मतलब सबको साथ में भी ना कैसे करूँ? So I will in that case I will use a loop. First I will discuss while loop. While loop. Okay. So here is a basic syntax. So here you can see the example. Suppose here I've signed the count to 0. So what happens in this count less than equal to 10? So while loop is it while you इटरेट तब तक होगा जब तक इसमें count less and इस condition में 2 होगी. तो यहाँ पे count less than 10 जब तक है less than equal to 10 तब तक ये loop चलेगा. मतलब तब तक ये जो condition नीचे जो है ये follow होगी. जैसे condition false हो गई तो ये loop से बाहर आ जाए. मतलब ये है कि नीचे लिखा है वो follow नहीं होगा फिर. जैसे यहाँ देखते हैं यहाँ पे लिखा है count is equal to 0 और count less than equal to 10. सो यहाँ पे initially count 0 था. तो क्या हुआ प्रिंट काउंट इज और दिस. तो यहाँ पे प्रिंट होगा काउंट इज 0 क्योंकि काउंट की इनिशियल 0 थी. और मैंने काउंट प्लस इक्वल टू 1 मतलब काउंट इक्वल टू काउंट प्लस 1 मैंने काउंट को एक इंक्रीज कर दिया. तो नेक्स्ट टाइम अभी वापस चेक करेगा वो कि काउंट लेस देन 10 है कि नहीं. यहाँ पे काउंट के लिए 1 हो गई थी 0 से इंक्रीज होकर 1. सो अगेन ये 1 is less than 10. So again the loop will iterate and hence again the output will be count is 1. Similarly it will follow till count is 9. And when count is 9, it will check 9 plus 1 equal to 10. So 10 is again less than equal to 10. So this will again operate. And finally, we'll get count is increased by 1. So final value count is 11. So in that case, count is not less than equal to 10. In that case, this part will not be iterated. And hence we came out of the loop. Okay. So you can check it. If I change it to just less than 10, what will happen? It will, the loop will run only till count is equal to 9. Because in this part, the count will increase value 10. and 10 is not less than 10. So basically, this is the thing how while loop operates. So suppose I want to print the value of count only till 6, as was our usual question. So what will I do? I will use a break statement. What do the break statement do? It is a technique to exit out of a while loop clause. Okay. While execution reaches a break statement, it immediately exits the while loop's body. So it immediately exit out of the while loop. So here, see, count is less than equal to 10. So similarly, it will print value of count is 10. But here there's a condition. If count is greater than equal to 7, then break. So when count reaches its value of 7, we the loop will break and we came out of the loop. Okay. So you can see the output is only till 6. This implies that when count reaches 7, we came out of the loop. And this was the thing that we wanted. Okay. Suppose I remove the equal to sign, what will we get? We get 7 because the loop we run till count equal to 7. Okay. So I hope you understand this part. Okay. Now uh, I move towards continuous statement. Okay. Like break statement, continuous statements are used only inside loop. So these are the statements which are used only inside loop. So you can't use them outside the loop. Uh, when a program encounters a continuous statement, it immediately jumps ahead to loop condition. Suppose you want to skip the another condition. In that case, you use continue. मतलब you want to skip the आगे एक स्टेटमेंट मुझे skip करना है, मुझे वापस लूप पे जाना है, तो वहां तब मैं कंटिन्यू यूज करूंगा ताकि वो सीधा लूप की कंडीशन चला जाए और लूप वापस इटरेट हो जाए, आगे स्टेटमेंट वो पढ़े ही ना हो। जैसे यहाँ देखते हैं, काउंट लेस देन इक्वल टू 7 है, तब तक कंटिन्यू हो रहा है, मतलब जब तक ये 7 है तब तक ये कंटिन्यू होगा, और जैसे 7 से बड़ा हो जाएगा ये लूप को ब्रेक कर देगा। तो ठीक है, यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं अगर हम 7 की चेंज करते हैं 8, तो यहाँ पे क्या होना चाहिए कि जब तक काउंट 0 से लेके 8 तक आ रहा है तब तक ये कंटिन्यू होगा और प्रिंट होता जाएगा, मतलब कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई होगी। जैसे काउंट की वैल्यू 8 से इंक्रीज होकर 9 हो जाएगी, वैसे लो ब्रेक हो जाएगा। सो यू कैन सी, जैसे काउंट 8 हाँ 8 हो गया, ठीक है, 8 से बड़ा 9 पे पहुंचा, वैसे ये लूप ब्रेक हो गया, तो लूप आगे इटरेट नहीं होगा। सो इन दैट केस this is the thing how continuous statement works. So we are seeing the working of continuous statement and the break statement. Now I move for for loops. This is the same thing what the while loop is doing. Okay, while loop gets executed as long as the while condition values to 2. Okay, जब तक while की condition 2 थी तब तक वो loop आगे बढ़ रहा था, लेकिन फॉल में ऐसा कंडीशन नहीं होती। फॉल में बस ये है कि वो होता है कि हम आगे देखते हैं कैसे वो करते हैं। लाइक हम ऐसे बोल रहे हैं फॉर आई इन रेंज 4, मतलब है आई जब तक 0 से 4 तक है तब तक वो लूप चलेगा, इसमें कोई ऐसी कंडीशन नहीं है, इसमें बस रेंज है, इस रेंज में आएगा ही तो फॉलो होगा, मतलब हमें बस लिमिटेड नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स उसको फॉलो करवाना है। लाइक वाइल लूप में क्या होता है, हमें एक कंडीशन देगी, कंडीशन सही है तब तक हमें लर्न करना है। फॉर लूप में क्या है कि मुझे इतने रेंज में ही फॉलो करना है, फिर चाहे कंडीशन वो हमें अलग इसमें अलग देखना है। सो हमें हाथ से पता चलता है जब हमें कोई कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई करवानी हो तो हम वाइल को यूज करेंगे, और जब हमें कोई रेंज में देखना हो कि किस रेंज में वो चल रहा है नहीं चल रहा है तो फॉल को यूज करते हैं। ठीक है, लाइक यहाँ प्रिंटिंग 0 to 4 काउंटिंग करना, ठीक है। तो आई इन रेंज 0 to 13, सो मतलब 0 से 13 तक हुआ तब ये लूप चलेगा, मतलब आई 0 से 13 तक है तभी चलेगा, जैसे 13 से बड़ा हुआ तो ये लूप अपने आप एंड हो जाएगी, उसमें कंडीशन जरूरत नहीं है। So, यहाँ देख सकते हो जैसे आई, और इसमें जो लास्ट एलिमेंट 13 इंक्लूड नहीं होता है, वो 0 से 12 तक ही होगा। तो इस तरह फॉर लूप काम करता है, इसमें कंडीशन नहीं है, इसमें रेंज है, इस रेंज में हुआ तो चलेगा नहीं तो नहीं चलेगा। द फर्स्ट टाइम द लूप इज रन द वैल्यू आई से सेट टू 0। ओके, तो फर्स्ट टाइम होगा तो 0 0 पे होता है और 12 तक जाता है, लास्ट जो टर्म लिखी है वो उस पर नहीं चलता, वो जैसे आई इक्वल टू 13 पे नहीं चलेगा। द वेरिएबल आई गोज टू बट नॉट इंक्लूडिंग द नंबर पास टू रेंज। ओके, तो ये 13 इज नॉट इंक्लूडेड। ओके, नाउ इन दिस क्वेश्चन what, so what happens here, for num was initially 0. This loop will run from num is equal to 0 to num is equal to limit -1 because लिमिट पे वो चलेगा नहीं. तो in that case क्या होगा, total plus equal to num, total equals total plus num. Initially num was 0. Okay, so when I print this, so total was initially initialized to 0. So total here I will get the value total 0, and num was initially 0 here. So this print statement is outside the loop, so this will not be included in the printing. So the loop is again run, and we get num is equal to 1. Okay, when num is 1, total is 0 plus 1, so 1. Now when num is 2, total is 0 plus 1 plus 2, so it is 3. Then again num is 3, it will include, or similarly for the same thing will go on. And when the limit num is value equal to limit num is equal to 11, the for loop will not run. After that, the final printing will done. The sum of numbers from 1 to 11 is this. Okay, is 55. I hope you get this. If you have any doubts, please ask. Or as I will, nested loop will also start. Okay. An equivalent while loop. Here what will happen? Here it is limit -1. So it is a, in above cases we were doing where it was increment, not they were decrementing. So here while num is greater than limit, num was 5 and limit was -1. So here loop condition is true, so it will print total equal to 0, num equals to 5. Now what happens? Total equals total plus num, and num equals num minus. So in a successive iteration, values total will increase by the num, and num will decrease by 1 unit. Okay. So here you can see in the next iteration, num is decreased by 1, so num is 4, and total increased by num. So it is 0 plus 5, 5. Or similarly, when num decreases to 3, the total value was already increased to 4, so 5 plus 1, 9. Or similarly, the condition follows. And when num reaches to 0, it is still greater than 1. So the last time the loop is running. So here it is getting 15. And after that, I am getting num equals to 0 minus 1 minus 1. And which is not greater than limit. So in that case, the loop is ended, not run. Finally, this print is outside of the loop. So this will always obviously be executed, and we are getting sum of numbers from 1 to 10 is total, which is we are getting 15. So in this way, it is running. You can change the condition also. So you can and do some random experiments. You will get, okay, you get the answer change to 10. You can do some more experiments. Let num be 0. What will happen? Let's see. So here you can see num was 0, limit was -1. So you get a 0 greater than -1. So it is the first and the last time the loop is run. After that, num decreases value to -1. In that case, the loop will not run. And then we got all the sum of the numbers to be 0. Okay. Now what will happen if I give the if the input is given in this range 0, 16, 2? What does it mean? It means num num has its initial value to be 0. After that, the loop will run till the num value is 16. मतलब 16 इंक्लूड नहीं होगा, लेकिन 16 से जस्ट पहले नंबर है वहां तक चलेगा. और यहाँ कितना इंक्रीज होना है? 2. यानी 0 इनिशियल नंबर 0 है, फिर इंक्रीज होकर 2 होगा, फिर 4 अप टू 14 तक. और लास्ट वाली इंक्लूड नहीं होती है, जैसे पहले मैं देखा था. और फॉर लूप में यहाँ पे लिमिट 11 इंक्लूड नहीं हो रहा था. इसी तरह यहाँ पे भी the value will not be included. This 16 will not be included in the value of num for the loop to be executed. So here you can see total was initially 0, and initially num was 0. So total was also 0 per 0, it is 0. So printing it will give 0, and num was 0. After that, num increases value to 2. And similarly, the total is increased value to 0 plus 2, 2. Similarly, when num is 4, it is 6. When it is 6, it is 12, 6 plus this. Okay, so similarly, it will follow. And when num reaches 14, this is the last time and the loop is running. And when num is 14, you can see that the total is coming out to be 56. Or as 14 plus 42, 56. Now the loop has ended. Now we are moving towards this condition, print and the loop, and here it is, and print total. So total is 56. And if I change this value to 15, in that case, you can observe the answer would be same, and as it is the same. If I change it to 14, uh, the loop will, or the last condition would be n equal to 12. In that case, this will not be there, then answer would be 42. As you can see, it is the same thing that we were expected. So the first argument is a number where range starts. The second argument is a number up to not including which range will count. मतलब up to which the loop must be होना चाहिए लेकिन वो element include नहीं होगा उससे just पहले. The third is the step argument मतलब जितना increase करना है हर time. Okay, so here you can see total is 0. Now main is 10 20 मतलब initial condition is 10, then 12, then 14 up to 18, not including 20. So your total is total plus now. So here you can getting 20 as 10 plus 12 up to you can see we have to add until 18. So on adding this you will get 70. Simple AP. So now if I want to add multiples of 3 between 1 and 100. So 3, 6, 9 up to 99. Uh, this is a simple AP. So you can do this by using for loop in which the num will varies from 3 to something number 99. So the second argument will be either 100 or greater than 100 or 101. If I use 102, then also we are getting. But if I use more than 102, like 103, then 102 will also be executed. So I must be careful that 102 should not be executed. So I will use 100 or 101 or 102. This tree will work. So you can see here what will happen. The num will initially num a value of num is 3. So total will be 0 plus 3, 3. Okay. After that 3, it will increase to 3 plus 6 plus 9 up to that. So when I print the value of total, it will be 1683. 3 plus 6 up to 99. So you can calculate it by using simple AP formula. It will be 1683. As I have talked about for the negative parameters, if I want to count the numbers from 5 to 0, like in reverse order, in 0 to 5, we can do it in similarly. But if I want to add the numbers from 5 to 0, what will I do? I will run the loop in see first argument will be 5. But I want to include 5 or okay and last is 0. So second argument is 0. Matlab num will start from 5 and run and last value will be just greater than 0. Okay. And here minus 1. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 like that. And printing num. Okay. It will initially number would be you can see I initially 5. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that would be the thing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So this is the way how you can write add the numbers from 5 to 1. If I want to include 0 also, what will I do? I will just change it to minus. So I will get minus also. Oh, sorry, 0 also. Similarly, you can do for the rest. Now the last part. Uh, this example also for count down, but in steps of 2. So 5, 3, 1, minus 1. But minus 1 will not be included. So 5, 3, and minus 1. Okay, if I include print statement. Print number. Okay, comma I. So what will happen? I must get 5, 3, and 1 as I'm getting this. Okay. If I want to include minus 1, I will simply use a number less than minus 1. So I can get minus 1. Okay. This is the way how you can proceed. Now I am moving forward for nested for and if loop के अंदर loop बोलते हैं ना ये nested उसके अंदर क्या है तो कैसे करेंगे और here it is for I in range 5 मतलब I 0 से 4 तक जाएगा this less than 5 similarly यहाँ जो J है वो 0 से 4 तक जाएगा और here it is commented written here. So when I will print this, what will happen? I initially is 5, j is I initially is 0, j is 0, then I0 j1, I0 j2, 3, 4 up to that, and similarly for I1, similarly to follow. So 0 में 5 condition, 1 में 5 value, similarly for this. So 525 values I will be getting. So see here. Okay, this and when I is equal to when this loop ends, when the second loop j0 to 4 ends, what will happen? This print will be executed. Print for end of loop of j1. Then again I will start from 1. When I is 1, the j will start from 0 to 4. Okay, the same thing will happen. And after that, end of loop for j variable. Okay, so similarly for 5, 5, 5, 25 times. And here we will get what happened here. There must be some problem. So this is the thing of the loop or nested loop execute. So you can use this for solving this problem. I think there must be some problem here. I will solve it. Okay, so this was the thing that I wanted to let you know. If you have any doubts, you can ask. You can chat also. If anything you don't understand, you can ask. Okay. So for the next part, I will ask Sagar Prabhu to continue if he wants, as the time is already gone. Sagar Prabhu, can you listen me?
Hare Krishna. Should we continue the next part or should we end the meeting here? Y23.
It is up to you. What is your opinion? Can you learn more? Or someone please speak. It is up to you.
Okay, Tushar is saying continue.
Okay. If anyone will say no, we will let. So there was network issue, so we got late. Otherwise, it would be on time.
I think we can continue for today. Like it will take another 20 minutes or so. I think we can continue.
Okay. Sagar, please continue.
I hope my screen is visible. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, it is visible.
So we were talking about escape sequences while doing strings, right? So escape sequences are basically special characters. So that are used to that have some special meaning, uh, like when they're used in strings, they behave differently. They behave differently apart from the normal behavior. For example, we have this backslash n. So all escape sequences begin with a backslash. So this backslash n is a escape character, escape sequence. You may think that there are two characters, backslash and n, but this is treated as one single character. So if you try to find the length of this string by writing backslash n, what do you expect? Should it print 2 or 1? So it prints 1. So this backslash, and although it appears that it has two characters, it is treated as a single character. That is basically the escape sequence. It has some special meaning, that is, it represents a new line. It is a new line character. That means when you print Michael Jackson \n is the best, then what does Python do? Python prints this string. So it prints this space, this it prints m, then I, then c, and so on. And when it comes to \n, it sees that it treats this as one character, and it knows \n means new line. So it goes to the new line, and then it starts printing the space I, s, and so on. So it is used to give some special meaning to the Python interpreter. So similarly, we have \t. \t represents a tab. You can see that we get a tab. See, note that these things are not printed. These are \n denotes a new line, and so it goes to the new line. That's it. \n itself is not printed anywhere. So here also \t denotes tab, and thus tab is printed here. Similarly, if you want to print / itself, you can use \\. This is used to print / itself, because you cannot use a single \. Then it will be a problem. You can check once. Oh, because here this space is there. That's why. Suppose you have this. Suppose you have, let's say, some like this. Then you can see that this / will give a different meaning because of the presence of n. So depending upon whether the escape sequence is defined or not. So if you write t, or if you write d, or if you write r, then it has different meaning. \r is a carriage return. So to print / exclusively, we'll use this escape sequence, that is \/. So if we don't want to use the escape sequences, if we want suppose if we want to print \n itself, then how do you print \n? If you write \n, then it will be treated as a new line character, and it will not be printed. It will be, the next part will go to the new line. So what if you want to print the characters \n? So then you can use the uh, uh, prefix, that is r, which tells Python that it is a raw string. That means when you write r, then Python will not interpret anything in that string. It will just print the characters as it is. It will not check for any escape sequences, etc. So even if you write \n here, it will just print \n and not a new line. So this will not be treated anything as special. Just print space, then m, then I, and so on. Then it will print \, then n. So it doesn't interpret anything about this. So even if you want to print a \, you can just write a \, because it is not going to interpret anything here. So this is called raw string, and this is done by writing a prefix r before the string. Similarly, other escape sequences are there. So single quote to print single quote, for double quote double quote, to print \/ \r is carriage return, and so on. So these are the some normally used escape sequences. There are many escape sequences. If one is interested, one can go through them. So now we'll see some other operations on strings. We have seen some functions like in the strings, we had seen some functions in this one, upper, lower, is upper, is lower, and all these things. So we have some other functions as well. For example, replace. This replace is used to replace a given substring with another substring. So if you write a dot replace Michael, Janet, it replaces all the occurrences of Michael with Janet. That means, see here, the wherever the first substring Michael occurs, that will be removed, and the second substring will be put in that location. So if you can check it by adding another occurrence as well. So if you want to write this, then all the occurrences of Michael are changed to Janet. So You can see that here. Both the Michael are changed to Janet. Similarly, if you want to find a substring in a given substring, so you can so you have a string and you want to find a substring in that string, then you can use a find method. So here the output is the first index of the sequence where it occurs. So you want to find the occurrence of el in this string, so it gives the first index of the first occurrence. So can you tell me what will be the output here? First index of the first occurrence. Okay, 5 correct. So I hope everybody is now careful with 0. 5 is the correct answer. So if you write some EL again, it will still print 5 because it gives the first occurrence. If you write somewhere EL here, then you can see that it prints 0 because it takes the first occurrence, first index of the first occurrence. So if there is no so similarly, this Jack example, you can see that it is printing 11. And if there is no substring in the given string, then it prints -1. So you can see that this substring is not present in name. So name string was this one. So there is no this substring here. So it prints -1. If the substring is not present, then it prints -1. So we know this split as well. It will split if there is no argument. It splits based on space, and it will return a list. We know this. So what we have seen till here is that to modify strings, suppose to replace Michael with Janet, you should know what exactly you need to replace with what. So suppose you want to replace all the uh, let's say suppose you have a phone number in a string and you want to replace the phone number with an email ID. So you need to know what the phone number is in the string, and then you have to put it here. So you need to know, for example, here you need to know that Michael is present, and you then only you can write Michael here and replace it with something else. So unless I know what exactly is in the string, I cannot use these things. So that is where new topic comes, that is regular expression. Like for example, I have some string like this. Let's say +91. Suppose we have phone numbers, something, and then suppose I want to replace all the uh, uh, let's say all the 9s with 8. So all the no, let's say I want to find if there is a country code in the phone number or not. So how will how will I find it? So if I want to use find, then I need to do something like this. Find, what will you write here? You will write +91. So you don't know what is a country code in the string. It may be +91 or +93 or what different country codes. Suppose you want to find whether there's a country code or not. So unless you know the country code, you cannot use find. So if I can use this +91 only for S1 and not S2. So if I do it for S2, then it will print -1, indicating that +91 is not present. I mean, this will lead to a wrong conclusion that there is no country code. That means unless I know what to find, I cannot use this one. So to solve these kind of issues, we have regular expressions. So regular expressions are some tools for matching and handling strings. So we'll describe this. So to use the regular expressions, you need to import a module called RE, which stands for regular expressions. Regular expressions are also called regex in short. So they provide similar kind of functions, but in a different way, so that you can use it for the above kind of applications, which are very useful in practical life. So first we need to import the RE. So import is a keyword which is used to import the module RE, which is inbuilt. So some of you were asking, why do we need pip or why do we need anaconda? So if RE is present in some package which is not inbuilt, then you will have to first install that package to your Python. So for that you need pip or anaconda. So you will see we'll be using pandas and numpy etc. in the later classes. Then you will need to install those packages. Then you need pip or you need anaconda. So that is why we asked you to download install anaconda or pip. For RE, it is a built-in module, so you can just import it. There is no need to install any package. Import means bringing the definitions in RE to your program, and installing a package means the package is present, and from the package you take the module to your program. Here this module is present inbuilt in your Python which you have already installed. So you can just import it to your program by using import keyword. So so now we have the search function here, similar to the find in case of strings above what we saw. So we have the search function here. So here you can define a string s1 and you can define a pattern. So for pattern, so you can define a pattern which you want to find here. For pattern, we usually use raw strings. So we use the prefix r here, and we write re dot. So we need re dot. So that means I'm using the search function from the re module. That is the meaning of re dot. Re dot pattern s1. That means find this pattern in s1, and so you can actually it returns a match object. We will see what is a match object, but for now you can you can see that it searches for this pattern in s1, and if it is found, match found, and if it is not found, match not found. So this can be done using the above find method also, because we know what do we have to find. Jackson, the pattern we need to find is Jackson. So you can write before also s1 dot find Jackson. But suppose I want to find a phone number in my string, then how will I do? Then I will write the pattern as a raw string with \d 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 and so on 10 times. So this will match any 10 consecutive digits. So you don't know what is a phone number, but you want to find if there is a phone number. That means if there is any 10 consecutive digits, so my pattern should match any set of 10 consecutive digits. So that purpose will be served by this. So \d stands for any character, any digit. It will match with any digit. So if you find 10 consecutive digits, then this will return true, or it not exactly true. We'll see what it returns. Basically, it will find this 10 consecutive digits, and therefore if match, phone number is found, and match dot group. We'll see in 1 second what this match dot group and what is match. Before that, we will see these special sequences in regular expression to denote the patterns. So we have seen that \d is used to match with any digit character from 0 to 9. So for example, 1, 2, 3, if it is present in the string, it matches with \d. Here, Jackson matches with Jackson only. So JA, so exact same sequence should be present. Here, if you want to match it with any consecutive 3 digits, you can use \d. So if you use capital D, it matches with any non-digit character. And similarly, \w for any word character, that means both digits as well as a small letter, capital letter, as well as underscore. and capital W, any non-word character like special characters like @ hash, etc. So \s is matches with any white space character. White space character means single space or tab or new line, etc. And capital S is any non-white space character, meaning any character, um, any non-white space character apart from these things. That means. And \b means it matches a boundary between a word character and a non-word character. So suppose I want to find if there is I want to find a word cat in my string, uh, meaning independently. That means this cat should not be a part of any other word. Like if I write concatenate as my string, then this will not match with concatenate, although there is cat in my concatenate word, because this \b means this is the boundary between a word and a non-word character. That means there should be either a space or a um, um, special character here. Then only this \b will match with it. So here there is cat, here there is space. So this will match with this cat, and we will know this will match with this. But if I write concatenate, although there is cat here, on either side I have n and e, so they are not non-word characters, they are word characters. So this will not be matching with this cat. I hope that is clear. And \B, it matches with any position that is not a word boundary. That means I'm finding cat not as an independent word, but in some other word like this. So, okay. So now we have understood how to write patterns by using these special characters. So note that these are different. These don't get confused with this / and escape sequences. Escape sequences are different. Escape sequences uh, mm, are basically not part of this RE module. These are part of the RE module only. When you use this with respect to regular expressions, only then these have a meaning. Without RE, these do not have a special meaning. So escape sequences are inbuilt. They have a special meaning on their own without RE as well. Like they are inbuilt. These are used to match patterns, and those escape sequences are used to control the uh, output, like printing, like tab, new line character, etc. So now we'll see what this re.search pattern text returns. So you can see the type of it. So we are storing the output of this re.search in match. Now let me see the type of this. Okay, I'm not. The type of match is re.match. That means the output is a match object. So again, object, you can just you can just consider it is some type, or it is a variable of type match, or basically in actual words it is an object of type match. It is a match object. So those who are familiar with objects, they can understand it, but others can just take it for now that it is an object. So an object is an instance of a class, and a class consists of uh, uh, data members and functions. So there are different functions like group, and we'll see here there are different functions like group, start, end, and span. So I'll show you by printing match also once. So if I just print match, then what will I get? So you can see that it is printing some details. So this is a match object. So it is first printing the data type of it. I mean, yeah, type of it, that indicating that it is a re.match object. And span is 19 to 29. That means it is giving the um, uh, starting and ending index of the required pattern in the form of a tuple. So you can see that this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19 is here. And you will get 28 here. That means you will get, so it is similar to the range which we are using. It gives the range of the locations or the indices where the pattern was found first. So again, it's the first occurrence. So if you write some another 10 digits here, you can see the output will still be same. That means it is again finding the first occurrence only. And you can see that here it gives the it gives what it has found actually. So now if you write match.group, then it will give what it has found. You can see it is giving what it has found. So it is, so you can see what are those methods. So group method will return the string which is matched by the regular expression. And if you start, it will return the starting position, and end will return the ending position, and span will return the tuple containing the start and end positions of the match. So you can check the start. It prints 19. That was a starting index where it has found. And you can check end 29, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So it is actually the last index is always excluded in the range. I hope you understand this. This 29 means the index of the last the index of the last element which it matched is 28 actually. I hope that is fine. So if you write span, you will get the range 19 to 29. So I hope it is clear how we are defining the pattern and how it is matching, and how do we get the different output regarding our pattern. So to get the pattern, use group. To get the starting index, you start, and end to get the end index, and span to get the range in which it was matched. I hope it is clear. Does anybody have any doubts? Does anybody have any doubts? Okay, so see, these are similar examples from here. You can go to them, like backslash w. We know what is this backslash w. It matches with any non-word character. So we are defining a pattern based on this. And now we are going to see about this find all. Find all means it gives the list after finding all the patterns based on this. So see, you can see that it gives the list. So the return of this is list. So this matches is a list. There the return was a match object and it had these functions. The return of find all is list. Okay, you can check the type of matches also. So you can see matches is a list. So find all will return a list. Their search was returning a match object which has these 4 functions. Okay. There are other functions as well, but these are the most common ones. So you can see that it is matching any non-word character. Non-word character is a special character. So it is matching with space, it is matching with comma, it is matching with exclamation. Okay, so find all will give the all the occurrences of the specified pattern within the string as a list. So if you want to find this as, so this can be done using the previous method also, like find, like because we know what exactly do we have to find here. There's no pattern, but we can we can use regular expressions for uh, um, using a pattern which is not known as well as a pattern which is known. So as is known here, but you can use for patterns which are not known, like this, finding phone numbers or finding a non-word character and so on. So here as is found 2 times, so that is why it prints 2, 2 times. This as was coming from this as and this as. If you don't want to find this was, what can you use? Can anyone say how can we avoid uh, this as, which is within the some word? Can anyone say? Correct. It is \b. Okay, not / but \b. So it's better to use regular expression. So now you can see only the one as is matched. Similarly, you can use the split function. The split function will split based on the given character and will return the list. But now you can give some you need not define an explicit character. So you can say that split at every white space character. That means it will split at tab, it will split at white space, it will split at new line. So if you want to split at every digit, or you can say there is no digit in this word. So if you want to, okay, let's take this example only. So you can see that it split at every space, and if there was a new line, it would split at the new line as well. So you can define S2 differently, and suppose I have this one. I want to split at every digit. So I can do this. So you can see at every digit it split A, B, C, C, D, F, and B. Note that the digits are not taken in this answer. It is split at that point, and the digit is not included in any of the A, B, C, or C, D, F. Similarly, you can split at any different character without explicitly defining like where to split. So similarly, you can use a substitute function similar to the replace function in strings, but here you can do it with respect to pattern as well. So if you know what exactly to replace, you can do like this, or you can use, suppose you want to replace every digit with this legend, then you can use this one as a regular expression. Then you can see that wherever the digit was there, it put legend and it gives this output. So I hope this is clear. So the syntax is re.sub, whatever the pattern you want to replace, and this is the new replacement which you want to put, and this is the string in which you want to do the replacement, and this is a flags variable. So you can refer this flags variable. So these are just some modifications that you can do to the substitute function, sub function. So ignore case meaning it ignores the case. So that means it will consider the lowercase and upper characters as same. It won't differentiate between lower and uppercase. Similarly, you will have different other modifications that you can do using flag. You can go through them in the regular expressions documentation. I have provided the link here, and some other characters that you use in regular expressions. So for example, dot matches with any character, star matches with zero or more occurrences of the previous character, and so on. So there are many variations that you can play with the regular expressions. So all the lists are provided here. You can also go through the regular expression documentation here. Basic things we have covered in the class itself. These are other things. You need not remember everything, but this is for your reference. Okay. Does anybody have any doubt? Does anybody have any doubt? If there is no doubt, we can end the meeting. Hans Prabhu, do you want to add anything?
No, I don't want to add. It is already late.
Okay. Okay, we'll end the meeting. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.